All right. So back at Hawktree's Falcon Crest subdivision. Neighbors that I've seen in the Athens area are Son and Joe, or is it Joe? Jim. Son and Jim G, and their children Grace and Joseph G, and relatives. The Stisos, I don't know if I've seen them. I don't remember seeing them in Athens, but I definitely saw them around Alpharetta. Stisos were Matthew Stiso's parents. I don't even know their parents' name. His parents' name. Matthew was in Michael's grade. The Garys. Yep, I've seen Chris Gary here. The Garys lived, if you're facing outside of the front door of our house, 2772 Hawktrace Court. They were the right side neighbors. Desiree, Chris, Dane, and Ansley. On the left side was the guy that I found on the pedophile website, registered in Florida, or as living in Florida. So he disappeared. He was having some youngish teenager visit his house, said he was helping him study. I guess, I don't know if he sold it to the young couple or if they were renting. Young couple had like a Saab, and I guess they only had one car. Maybe the guy was in the Air Force or something. I don't know. They had like 3 boys, I think, or 2 boys, young. They said they saw some copperheads coming out of our backyard. And I don't know, but they said they called someone already. So a couple, Gary's, the G's, the Stisos. There was a little guy from like, I don't know, Argentina or something. Skinny. What was his name? He read all the time. I don't know where they lived. I think they lived in Son's house maybe before Son moved in, or later. I don't know. But they moved back to their country. It was just a mom and the son, the child. I think she would steal things from my house or borrow them or something, but whatever, like Uno cards and crayons and stuff like that. Anyway, whatever. So about June 2017, we moved to Thunder Way. What is that? Highland Point. No, Highland Trace? Highland something. Not Highland Point, but Highland Ridge. Highland Ridge, I think. Neighborhood. Anyway. 3704 Thunder Way. It was me, David, Madison, Michael. We had Maggie, and then Madison got Blackberry at the Fulton County Animal Shelter. I made her pay for it, but then it was usually $50 for a cat, but they were having a sale. So she got the cat for free, and she spent all the $50 on, well, not all of it, but some of the $50 on stuff for Blackberry. Her name was Michaela when we got her, but Madison liked Blackberry, so her name was Blackberry Michaela. It was. Later on, after Maggie passed away, I got a dog from the Cobb County shelter. The dog I wanted had a broken leg or something. She was hit by a car, so I couldn't afford to fix the leg. So we got another. It was Prince. The boys. It was a male Dalmatian pointer mix, black and white, named Prince from the shelter. I middle named him Charming. Brought him home, trained him, walked him 3 times a day, brought him to the lake and back. We were going to South Boston when we said goodbye to the Seabolts. It was hopefully forever, but apparently that didn't work out. And he just is too strong for Madison. He was way too strong for Madison, so I found Prince Charming another home, hopefully with a good person. I don't know. Then we saw the cutest little dog on the internet. It looked like a little fox, but with like white and like bluish grayish hair and a little bit of black in it. Sky Pegasus, Madison named her. So, disappeared, gone, dog gone, child gone. FBI doesn't give a shit. So September 2021, the divorce is final. I check it online when the divorce attorney, or I don't think it was Holly that emailed me, but someone emailed me and said the divorce was final. I checked it online, it was filed correctly the first time. So I moved to Echo in North Point Center, 10105 Westside Parkway, apartment 215. 2-bedroom, I live by myself. I got the bedroom because in case Madison or Michael needed to spend the night, or if we went back to the every other weekend Wednesday night for dinners, gynecological control of Madison. Right away, things go missing from the apartment. I had just bought a 2015 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4x4 manual transmission. Carvana gave me, I think, 2 months or a month. They gave me an extra time to look at it to see if I wanted it. And I ended up taking it to Christian Brothers Automotive in, I guess, Woodstock, Roswell, whatever that little tri-city area is by the Walmart. I guess it's Woodstock. So he looks at it. He says, I think it has some rust on the main axle. And I look at it and I'm like, well, that looks like off-roading, like red mud, clay, whatever. So I say I'm going to keep it. Well, that was definitely my car that he looked at. So I don't know. That was just before the divorce. It was listed. I tried to get it under Fox because I was about to get a divorce, but they wouldn't let me get the loan in Fox. It was in Siebold-Fox. So I go, move to Alpharetta. I don't even know when they switched the cars, but apparently they switched the cars sometime. With a lesser model, no seat warmers, way more mileage, essentially different car. Same type of car, looks the same, but it's not my car. It hasn't been repoed apparently. It's still on my credit report. Orange, stolen. It didn't have any See, it was the cheapest 4x4 I could find. I had a Toyota Highlander, 4-door, pilot seats in the middle, 3rd row, like bench or whatever. Only I didn't want this big ass car if I'm never going to use it. So the only reason I wanted a 4x4 was in case I had to pick the kids up from the lake house, because Jim and Betsy have a lake house. So I get the 4x4, least expensive one I can find without structural damage with low mileage. It was a manual, it was orange. I didn't really like the orange to begin with. So I didn't really care. I thought maybe one day I can just paint the motherfucker. Plus it's easier to find in the parking lot as orange, since they were reparking my car for me, the Highlander. And plus everyone in the whole fucking world has a dark 4-door SUV. So I'm like going up to these black cars going, oh, well, at night it looks like my car, but that's not my car, and what happened to my car? So, yeah. Things going missing from my apartment. Fairly certain I was drugged and raped in my apartment. I remember several times being drugged. Difficult to wake up in the morning. Police didn't care, didn't do anything. Showed up for some interview. Robert Michael Hodes Jr. said he was here for an interview, and I was like, wow, to what pleasure do I owe this? Whatever, however that saying goes. What do I owe this pleasure? Yeah. And I'm guessing all the whores were there. Jennifer, his sister, was there. Elvira and Holland was there. Pretty sure Robin Rogers was there. Elliot Green was there. I think Elizabeth was there. Why? They think it's their apartment or something? You think just because you are a fucking cop, you can come in and do whatever the hell you want to? No, you can't. Guitar. So that was before the Cowboy Junkies concert that I went to Buffalo in. Not sure when I went to the police in relation to that, about the, whatever, Frankenstein, illegally borrowed, switched out my car. I didn't know. No clue. So I've had a job. I worked, last job I had when I was married to David was with QK4. We worked together with Andy Ballerstad, Jeff Dyer, David Fox, my ex-husband, and me. Jeff Dyer was the traffic guy. Andy, they said was the CFO. David was the project manager at the time. And then I was, new, whatever, civil engineer, transportation engineer. So I just get there and I need the stormwater, app program thing. So I download it and I downloaded something else off the computer. I don't know what. Anyway, so whatever, no big deal. Who puts something on a stormwater freaking app anyway? David, on the other hand, gets an email. He says it's it's different. It's like a subcontractor that he has to pay, and I don't know why Andy gives him the check. or how David paid for it, but he ended up sending it to the wrong people, or I don't know what happened, but whatever. Yeah. Then he switched to black boxes with me. I don't even know what the fuck the black box does. Apparently you're not supposed to switch black boxes, FYI. So then I get a job at they say it's the sister company to the EI group, the one I worked for about 5 years. EI is based out of Morrisville, North Carolina. I guess ERI the same. Karen used the same IT guy as the EI group, and all these whatevers. So I ended up having to buy a printer again so I could print out the reports and make sure people understood that's not the report I uploaded. I don't know why that one's going up there. This is the one I uploaded. Look, I printed it out. So, and then this is when it started. Nitpick, nitpick, nitpick. They would disagree with my findings. The same thing Daryl Atkins did at ATC. Disagree with my findings, asked me to change it. They're the project manager. I'm guessing whatever. And then they would change it back and say it was their idea. Like, how petty and retarded are you? So anyway, whatever. 3 months later, December, I decide I can't stay in the apartment. I can't work for these people because someone's altering my reports. I'm tired of these bullshit project managers telling me I'm retarded and then taking and doing what I said to begin with. So I packed the computer up. I asked a police officer to go with me because I don't want to go in there by myself because of bust all night, because of everything going missing, because no one giving a shit. He goes with me. Matt Benham is there, and the IA assholes there. Watch me pack the computer up. And I'm like, well, I had some boxes in the closet. Maybe they're still there. So I go in the closet and get the boxes. I'm like, I think this is the EI computer. I don't fucking know. I boxed the shit up. I had the keyboard in the fucking closet, but it wasn't there anymore. I don't know what's going on. And Matt Benham's like ridiculously getting too close to me, and I'm like, excuse me, did you think you could get out of my way? The freaking printer is mine. I bought it with my own money, Matt. I told him that. The computer is theirs. The monitors were theirs. I don't know if they sent me 1 or 2 monitors. I don't remember. But I don't even think those were their monitors anymore. Those were their monitors anymore. So whatever. I take it to FedEx office, tell them they can't freaking fly the stuff because it's turning on and off by itself. I don't fucking care if they listen to me. I called Karen, she said to send it to EI, I sent it to EI. Only, whatever. So then I get the first 6-day long required psych eval from the Alpharetta Police Department. See other video. Around the 11th of January, I think, is when I was discharged, or Ubered back to the Echo. I packed my shit up and moved to the Cortland Lex. But before then, I decide the police aren't going to do anything about the Renegade. So I go all the way to Canton and spill the guts about the Renegade. I'm like, I don't know if it's my car. I don't think it's my car. I don't know what to do. So they said, we'll figure it out. I said, fine, you want to figure it out? Here's the key. They gave me $10,000 for the trade-in. I gave them a $33,000 cashier's check for the Wrangler. It was not ruined when I bought it. Only, so then I move into the Cortland Lex, 24202 Lexington Farms Drive. After I explained to Gary Hill, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I have this weird stalker situation. People are stealing my things, my clothes, my shoes, my every fucking thing. They're going in and out of my apartment like they own the place. Eventually they fucked up the tap water. Excuse me. Mess up my food. I think there's like such a thing as fake food. It's like flour and water or something. It looks right. It doesn't taste anything like the stuff it should be. Only, whatever. So, buy the new car right before I move in to the Cortland Lex. tap water, food, clothes, shoes, invalid user code, my debit card. So eventually I stopped staying at that apartment because Gary Hill said, oh no, it's fine. We're a gated community. You'll be fine here. He said he would update the apartment. He didn't touch a fucking thing. I show up on moving day. Nothing's done. I'm like, well, I guess I'm living here anyway. I give the asshole $100 to help me unload one load of stuff. I think he made 2 trips and spilled the shit all over the sidewalk. Stop staying there. Load everything up. There's cyanide in the apartment one day. I had breathing troubles after being there maybe 10 or 15 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know. So I leave there. End up sleeping in my car because, I'm tired of paying for hotels and they overcharge me for everything. I mean, I don't even think I would have a single deposit back. Whatever it's called, the little thing in case you have incidentals or whatever. I don't think I got a single one back. And then come May, they invalid user coded my debit card. So I applied for food stamps or EBT. I'm approved that night or that morning, the next morning for emergency EBT, except I don't get my card for like 2 or 3 more months. So I'm having to go to the food bank where they put the allergen in the food or they put some crap in the food, having all these 9 millimeters or 8 millimeters made of me, and I don't even remember half of it. One, I parked in the middle of downtown Alpha fucking Retta on the main line. And they just did something in the greenway right there. Whatever it's called. The lawn in front of City Hall. It's freaking sick. I think I said about the Y one already, where I remember I parked at the Y, I get pulled from the car, like drugged, barely aware, put on a stretcher, and whatever they do to me, I'm like half passed out. I see cameras though, they have to be filming this shit. And it's fucking disgusting. And then Daryl, they give me like this abortifacient, so I'm bleeding for 3 months straight. Daryl Adkins comes down, my nose is bleeding. I had to sleep under the heater or the air conditioner last night. I said, motherfucker, I've been bleeding for 3 months. Go buy a fucking humidifier and shut the fuck up. Like really, what are you doing here? He worked at HEC with me. He said he was a geologist or a PG or something. Why are you following me around, Daryl? Stephen Wilson, Daryl Adkins, Greg Stevens, they've all been in Athens. Following me around. Like, why? Drinks, ruined, poisoned, whatever. So this is what happened with as far as I remember, the timeline of the, crap in my food. It started out, I think, with like probably sedative. But it definitely started out with allergens, cloves, or whatever else I'm allergic to. Moved on to some sort of stimulant, like heart racing thing. I don't know what it was. Then it was like breast reduction pills. And it could have been like some insulin or something, some sort of sedative / date rape drug / insulin / anything to knock the poor girl out. Boob shrinking pills. Then it was, abortifacients in there too. So then I go, I guess that's it for Alpharetta. Then I get the second 6-day long required psych eval by the Alpharetta Police Department, who are porn stars on the side, by the way, which shouldn't be allowed. Let's see. So yeah, come January 2023 this year, someone who looks like the IT guy from EI is dressed as an EMT and says, we're going to take you to go get your shoulder looked at, because they had already dislocated my shoulder. Someone, I didn't see who. I was walking away and someone from behind grabbed my arm at the Alpharetta Police Headquarters. So no one ever looked at it until January. It was like the fall, beginning of fall, when that happened, 2022. So 2023, I still can't get anyone to help me because victims comp says they need a police report. the emergency room told me I had to go to the business office. And I'm like, I think that's your job, lady. Anyway. So they take me to Lakeview this time in Norcross or somewhere, Gwinnett. Hell again. Elvira shows up looking like a black woman. Some dumbass black teeny tweeny dweeb is following me around, hitting my arm if he can. I'm telling him to stay away from me. So then it's like dumped in Athens, and it's more breast reduction crap, more sedative, insulin / date rape drug / what the fuck ever that is. Then they start with this dehydration powder. I guess it's ground up drywall, or it maybe ground up. It looked like pipe insulation at one time that was in my cigarette. I'm pretty sure I got dosed with morphine or the irritant that's in morphine once, like a shot in my butt while I'm crossing the parking lot. I'm walking across the parking lot early evening. Sun's still out. It's just setting. And I feel something poking my butt like a needle. And I feel my backpack. I don't feel anything back there. And I look back. I don't see anyone back there. So I walk to my destination and I look in my bag. There's nothing in my bag that would poke me. I'm like, that's really weird. But I sit down and I start to feel the little itchies, the little morphine itchies, like itchy skin, itchy scalp. And I'm going, dude, either they just fucking tried to dose me with morphine or they just have the irritant. They didn't give me enough to pass me out, but I'm going, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Then there's like, I guess that's it. They have this stuff called filler. Actually, yeah, filler was in Alpharetta. They had a little bit here too, but I think it's the appetite suppressant that makes your stomach feel full, but they call it filler on the earpiece chatter. It like swells your feet. It works up your leg. I saw one guy that could have had it all the way up to his hip, but I didn't know him at all. And anyway, now I have varicose veins in my legs and my ankles. That looks sick. I don't want those. Can you take this off me? Can you give me 49 years of my fucking life back, assholes? All the while, my poor car was vandalized. The Wrangler. This was before May. The Wrangler was stolen May 2022. So I guess middle end to end. So they would drain the coolant. I'd have to replace the coolant. They would, I guess, take my clean oil and put their crappy oil in. They installed this gasket, the rubber gasket, along the windshield and the dashboard. That was like a vapor fume diffuser or something. That would pipe out clove, allergen. Else. MEK, I think, is what Earpiece Chatter said. I don't know what that would be in my car, but it would come through the dash as well. I'd take the whole dash up and the little gasket. They would make these holes you can't see, and they would direct it right at my face while I'm driving. So cloves, MEK, there was cyanide in there. They installed a heater that blew right on my feet, middle of summer. I already had the heat on, directing the heat out of the car because it'll keep your engine from blowing if you don't have any coolant in your car. You turn the heat on, full blast, direct the heat out of the car, leave the windows open. Yeah, I had like I don't remember, I think it was $2,000 stereo alarm combo installed not long before after I got the car. Gone. They didn't install the right one. The alarm I don't think ever worked. And then after a while, the actual alarm that they did install got replaced with a crappier alarm, crappier radio. And they left a hole in my dashboard. And I went to the police to tell them that, and they wouldn't even look at the car. He said, I need to talk to my psychiatrist about this shit you're reporting to her. You're crazy. Why don't you go look at the car, you fucking cocksucking bitch? I'm crazy. Sure I am, you fucking retard. The brakes were stolen. I'd like another $2,000 on new brakes. The dude's going, wow, these brakes need to be replaced. And I said, well, the other guy said I had a year, not to replace them for another year. I figured I'd get it because they started to squeak, like just started to squeak. And he wouldn't let me talk to the mechanic at the other place, so I'm thinking, well, that's fishy. So I took him to a different brand of mechanic. I think it was about $2,000. Replaced all four, I think. I don't remember. $2,000 for brakes. That was the day I was like, I said, yeah, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure someone's trying to kill me or use me to kill someone else by getting me into an accident. I just got a divorce, and my ex-husband got some friends I didn't even know he had, or more friends than I thought he had. And he says, yeah, I bet he sure fucking does, lady. I bought a canned soda from the convenience store across the way, across the street, on the corner. There's Synovus Bank, gas station, and like a shopping center, or a grocery store. I'm sitting there, smoking a cigarette. I decided to open this soda up. Only I'm setting it down, and I think I set it down and let it settle or something. Excuse me, I open it up. And it starts spouting. Not like shh, like it would if it was shaken, just like overflowing. And I'm going, dude, not gonna drink that one. Straight from the shelf, parked my ass down, and it starts spewing out of the freaking can, just like a water fountain. So, for like 30 minutes. I put my cigarette out in it, and it starts really going. And I'm like, oh, wow, I wonder what would happen if I put it in the little cigarette ashtray thingamabobby. Not that I'm going to do that. Insane. But I'm crazy, right? Yeah, sure I am. Sure I am. So here I still am in Athens. Dumbass cop said I can't call 911. Some dumb whore of a 911 operator tells me attempted murder, rape, and sexual harassment and robbery, all that's civil. It's a civil matter. It's not a civil matter, lady. It's criminal. So I said, I wonder what would happen if I harassed her over the phone when I don't even know who the fuck she is. So I call 911. What's my name, bitch? How do you spell it, whore? She called me Erin, E-R-I-N, Erin. I said, excuse me? What the fuck did you just call me? I said, I don't go by my sister's name. I don't call myself my sister's name. Where the hell do you get off calling me E-R-I-N, Erin? Bam, hang up. So the actual police officer showed up this time. And he said, ma'am, you can't call 911 however many times in however many minutes. I said, I didn't call 911 in however many times in however many minutes. It was twice as long as that shithead. And it was one more time. No, I didn't say that. So I start to walk away. He said, ma'am, you are not free to go. So I turn around and I said, why not? I said, you know why I did that? Because that stupid whore of a 911 operator just told me rape, attempted murder, sexual harassment, robbery are all civil matters. So I was just wondering what the fucking whore would do if I harassed her over the phone when I don't even know who the fuck she is. And how does she know Erin's my sister name? Erin is my sister's name anyway. Blink, 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 blink. Deer in headlights. You got a fucking thought in your head? Apparently not. So here I am in Athens. Fucking pissed. My children are missing. I called 911 about 1 million times in 20 years. Because they're not my fucking kids. Michael, I had 5 Michaels in my home. I don't think they switched to Madisons, but how the fuck am I supposed to know? No kneecaps, asshole. No fucking kneecaps. And then some dumbass idiot on Discord says, well, you know, he's 20. He probably just doesn't want to talk to you because you're his mother. No, fuck you, cock, bitch. It's not less serious if a 20-year-old goes missing.